Hello, everyone. Good morning or good afternoon, as per your respective time zones. On behalf of entire Mastek Services management team, we would like to welcome you all to 23B Benefits and Compensation Advisory Webinar session. This important session is to keep you fully synchronized with the new features and functionalities as a part of this quarterly release that Oracle provides. My name is Komal Abel and I am an operations executive at Mastek Managed Services team. Today, I am your host for this session. I am glad to introduce my colleague Aditya Anand, who is part of our vast HCM team at Mastek. Today, he will take us through all the benefits and compensation updates for 23B quarterly release. Today's session is planned for around 45 to 60 minutes, and we will make sure that we also spare some time to answer all your questions if you have any. Before we move to agenda, let's have a quick look at the important disclaimer. We would like to convey you our approach towards the Oracle updates in a very simpler method. We will be taking you through vital analysis for 23B updates done by our experts, which will help you incorporating new features and updates easily into the system. Also, we will sync you on any bugs or known issues. It's always good to have an interacting session, so please do ask questions. You can ask questions through chat or question panel. We will answer them at the end of the session. And just in case, if we run out of time, please do not worry. We will make sure to respond you back by connecting you at a later stage to answer all your questions. This is to give you a glimpse of how we have crafted or created the structure of this session. List of new features coming into 23B. Detailing on features so you get a brief understanding on what new features are all about. Next one is business. What are the business benefits and the important takeaway for you as a decision maker? There are four components we have done in-depth analysis of features which are going to present to you. First one is impact level analysis, which demonstrates the impact to the end user. If it is low impact, then regression testing can be avoided. If it is high, then we need to opt for regression testing. Second one is, which we are all aware that there are some features which are by default auto-enabled by Oracle and there are some which we need to opt for. Third one highlights the nature of the features. There would be certain configurations which may be required or some can be used without any changes. Last one is quick win. This term we use to simply convey that what is ready to use by investing minimum amount of time and what requires significant amount of time and effort to make use of this feature. Moving ahead, we would like to know with the help of a quick poll which industry does your organization belong to. This will help us in creating more fruitful webinar. Launching the polls on your screen now. Request you all to please participate so we can create more fruitful content. Thank you all for participating. Closing the poll now. Now I would like to hand it over to Aditya. Aditya, please unmute yourself.
Thanks, Komal, for the wonderful introduction. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone according to the respective reason you are tuning in. My name is Aditya Anand, and I'll be your oracle for orating the new features of Benefits and Compensation 23B updates. We have prepared a detailed analysis of all the updates, and our agenda is to introduce you to all the features and its corresponding business benefits. There are 30 features in 23B updates from benefits and compensation modules. 13 are from benefits and 17 are from compensation module. Komal, I think there is some issue with the screen control. Could you please look over this?
Sure, Aditya. I can see, I can see that you also have an access.
Okay, no problem. Got it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
The given graph summarizes the features into two main categories, default and opt-ins. Default are the ones that are already enabled from the update effective date. For enabling opt-in features, customers have to raise an Oracle SA. The rest features contains the features from reporting as well as removed features. Furthermore, we have divided the updates into four major categories. We'll be looking at the features of each category, which will be followed by the Q&A session at the end. Please feel free to post your queries in the chat box and our panelists will take a look at the questions. Our first category is Quick Win Default with no configuration. The features listed in this category are auto-enabled and require minimal testing. The first update is from compensation. Document records in salary history notification. Previously, in 23A update, Oracle has enhanced the feature of attaching document records to salary proposals. Users can view document record details in Oracle Business Intelligence Publisher for salary history approvals. Earlier, they could be viewed only in Manage Salary and Administer Salary BI notifications. The document record attributes are visible when document records section is enabled for display in the salary history action using Transaction Design Studio. The business benefit for this update is with this enhancement, users can view complete details of the changes to make an informed decision. The next one up is from workforce compensation. Include assignments terminated with global transfer in workforce compensation plans. The most common issue with the compensation year-end cycle used to be with the global transfer employees. To fix this issue, Oracle has come up with the option of including them in workforce compensation plans. Compensation admins can now include assignments terminated between plan cycle evaluation period start date and HR date extraction date that are due to global transfer. Users can select the option when they start the workforce compensation cycle. The business benefit for this feature is this enhancement lets people include assignments terminated with global transfer. Moving on to our next update from workforce compensation. Role-based column access in assignment segments. Due to the complex requirements, Oracle has now added the rule-based configure options for assignment segment columns similar to other worksheet columns. Previously, this option wasn't available for assignment segments. For numeric, text, and date columns, the three options are not enabled, updatable, and read-only. For all other columns, not enabled is the only available configuration option. The business benefit here will be this enhancement expands configuration options for assignment segment columns. Coming up next is from workforce compensation as well. Statement criteria when generating on-demand statements. Previously, compensation managers had to print statements individually for workers. Now, managers can now choose up to 10 people and have statement criteria applied during generation for statements of the printed and delivered by managers type. This enhancement gives managers more flexibility when generating statements. The next one to follow up is from workforce compensation. Discrimination detection report for managers. This update comes up as an excellent measure to reduce the discrimination in workplace. Users can now enable the discrimination detection report for managers to view as a part of workforce compensation plan. This report lets user analyze classes of people who are protected from peer discrimination. For example, users can compare compensation for men and women who work in the US. This enhancement lets managers view the discrimination detection report on the worksheet. Next, we have the new model diagnostics report. Oracle has created a new report so that users can use it to help diagnose issues. This can be helpful when the business is using modeling feature in workforce compensation. This enhancement helps people easily troubleshoot modeling issues. We will move ahead to our next update, total compensation statement calculated items. Now, users can use a new compensation item source type called calculated items. This feature allows users to define the value of a compensation item as a calculation amount and displays it in the descriptive text. For this new source type, first users select an existing item, then from the item value they can either sum the most recent or oldest. Furthermore, users can perform mathematical operation on this item such as plus, minus, multiply or divide. The second operand can either be a fixed value or another compensation item. The compensation admins will only be able to select monetary or non-monetary items to perform mathematical operations, not dates or text. Users can't use calculated items in another calculated items. As with other source types, an item tester is available to verify results prior to the generating statements. Finally, they can add this into descriptive text on category or Oracle welcome message. With this update, extend users' ability to use total compensation with a new compensation item source type called calculated item. The next sets of updates are from benefits. Enhanced search in Benefit Service Center. Compensation admins can now use the enhanced sort options and attribute levels while viewing advanced search results in Benefits Service Center. They can now sort the search result by ascending or descending order of name or business title. By default, People with both active and inactive statement status are displayed. You can use the checkboxes under assignment section in the side panel to control this display. Previously, by default, only people with active assignments appeared. The advanced search now displays these fields: name, person number, business title, worker type, assignment status, and assignment number. This enhancement reduces the time users spend in searching for information in Benefit Service Center. Our next update is print enrollment document type. Users can now print enrollment documents for participants anytime, even during an active enrollment window. They have to ensure that the live event is in started status. Previously, for started live event, benefits administrator couldn't print the enrollment document once the explicit elections were made. With this enhancement, Oracle enabled the administration to print the enrollment document even after making the elections. Moving to our next update, create and analyze fast formulas in the plan configuration work area. Comp Compensation and benefit administrators can now create fast formulas from plan design work area without having to go to payroll work area. Also, Oracle has moved the fast formula analyzer to plan configuration work area. Previously, it was in the evaluation and reporting work area. The feature functionality remains the same. This enhancement ensures easy access to fast formula and reduces the need for additional roles to access these areas. Next, we have additional attributes in BENXML extract. By default, Fusion benefit extract is populated with an empty original hire date when we are using V3 seniority date, and we need to define our own fast formula to fetch the date. To uptake V3 seniority date, we need to set the profile option aura underscore per underscore seniority underscore date underscore AT underscore ENT value to enterprise seniority date person level. To configure profile options, the admins can use the manage administrator profile value task in the setup and maintenance work area. Users can now use the most advanced version of the seniority date feature. Our next update is person number as input parameter for batch process. Benefits batch process can now evaluate a set of comma separated person number in the person number field in the person process details page. For example, if business can use this enhancement when the requirement is such that they want to quickly test their plan design changes against a sample set of employees. Text up to 2000 characters can be entered. The comma separated person number should be in single continuous text format. Individual person numbers with indented comma can be ignored. The list can have white space tab, line feed, and carriage feed characters embedded in the string if they are copied from a spreadsheet. Such irrelevant characters are ignored or truncated during the processing if they are surrounding the real person number within the comma delimitation. You can't use this parameter along with any of the person determining parameters. The parameters are person name, person selection rule, person type, organization name, benefits group, location, postal code range, and legal entity. The person number list will be passed automatically to any auto-submitted process like default enrollment. The log provides details on which person number got picked up for processing and which ones got ignored as invalid. This enhancement reduces the need to write and maintain person selection formulas. The next update is prevent detecting live events for offer assignments. The Oracle application now doesn't trigger live events when a new offer is made to candidates. We can disable this enhancement by adding a new lookup to the table fnd underscore common underscore lookups with these details: the lookup type, the lookup value, and the enabled flag. This enhancement reduces the number of live events triggered for non-employee job offers. It also improves performance of batch processes by reducing the number of unnecessary live events it evaluates. Our next update is live event setup diagnostic report. You can use the new live event setup diagnostic test to see all the setup details of live events. The report provides diagnostics when you notice issues with live events detecting when they are not expected or live event not getting detected when they are expected. Here are the sections in the report: general information for live event, additional information with timeliness formula, additional information with evaluation formula, person changes, related person changes, non-global configuration, collapsing rules, entity object event name, and event eligibility. This enhancement helps user view all live event setup details in one place and troubleshoot common setup issues. We have our next update as HDL for close enrollment certification action items. Users can now use the new close enrollment certification action items HDL loader to update the receive date or denied date for action items or certifications that will close the action item. These action items include evidence of insurability documents such as proof of good health, certificates, or birth certificates. Before implementing this enhancement, the business needs to consider following points. The live event is in started status. The received or denied date should have value, but not both. Otherwise, an error will appear. If the first name and the last name are entered, but person number is not entered, then an error might be seen if duplicate entries are formed. If the certification date is before the enrollment date, then an error will appear. This enhancement allows administrators to do mass update on received or denied certification dates. Our next update is HSDL for enrollment and designations. Admins can now use the seeded HCM spreadsheet data loader spreadsheets to upload participant enrollments and designate dependents and beneficiaries. The existing ADF DI enrollment upload spreadsheet loaders will be removed. So we will be moving to the HSDL. Oracle has seeded separate HSDL apps spreadsheets to upload participant enrollments, designate dependents, and designate beneficiaries. We need to ensure that the live event for enrollment that is being uploaded is in started status. To use these spreadsheets, users must have the Oracle ADF desktop integration add-in installed. This enhancement allows administrators to do mass updates on the received or denied certification dates. The next set of updates are default with configuration. This category contains updates for which we need to do configuration to enable these features. The first update from this category is action in grid step progression. Users can now use their own custom actions when setting up progression grid ladders and when running grid step progression batch processes. Previously, they could only use the seeded actions. On the progression grade ladders, an existing assignment action choice list was updated and the new salary action choice lists were added so that you can pick a different action for each type of the update. First, in the progression grid ladder details section, you use the existing assignment action choice list to select the action that the run grade step progression process uses when it updates the person grade or step. Previously, you could only select a delivered value. Now, as you can see in the image, we have two new choice lists added, that is custom GSP action and custom GSP action 2. After you select an action, use the existing assignment action region choice to select one of the regions you associated with the action. Salary action fields aren't required, so they can be left blank and the processes behave the same as they did before the update. When users submit it, either the run grid step progression or synchronized grid step process, users can override the action and action regions. Previously, admins only selected a delivered actions. Now they have two different custom actions item to choose from. This image shows the run grid step progression page with custom actions selected for assignment action and salary action parameters. The next image shows the synchronized grid step page and the salary action choice list with delivered custom items. With this enhancement, users can use actions and action region on users' assignment and salary updates that are more meaningful to the business. The next set of updates are regarding the Redwood UI. The first update is Redwood experience for market data compensation types. The new compensation type pages have been recreated in Redwood toolset Visual Builder Studio. The page is turned on by default, but users can default it using a profile option. The profile option will be aura underscore CMP underscore market underscore data Redwood enabled. If we want to enable it, we have to select the profile value to Y, and if we want to disable it, we have to click on N. The new compensation type page developed using the Redwood tool lets user experience Redwood's high fidelity interactions. Our next update is Redwood experience for market segments. The new market segment page has been recreated in the Redwood tool Set Visual Builder Studio. Again, the page is turned on by default, but we can use the CM profile option to disable it. The profile option will be aura underscore CMP market data Redwood enabled. To enable this feature, the profile option will be Y, and if we want to disable it, then we have to set it to no. The new market segment page developed using the Redwood tool set lets user experience Redwood's high fidelity interactions. Our next update is Redwood experience for configured total compensation global settings. The previous total compensation global setting has been recreated again using the Visual Builder Studio. The page is turned on by default. If the user wants to disable it, they can use it using a profile option. The profile option will be aura CMS total compensation statements Redwood enabled. To enable the page, they have to set the profile option to Y, and in case of disabling it, they have to set it to no. The new configure total compensation global settings page developed using the Redwood toolset lets user experience Redwood's high fidelity interactions. Our next update is Redwood experience for batch parameters. The same changes for the Redwood pages have been made to the batch parameters page also. So the pages have been recreated in the Redwood tool Visual Builder Studio. To disable the page, we can use the profile option Aura CMP batch parameters Redwood enabled. By default, it is set to yes. If the user wants to disable it, they have to set it to N. This enhancement continues users journey into Oracle Redwood solutions. Our next update is Redwood experience for configure workforce compensation global settings. The old configure workforce compensation global settings page has been recreated using the Visual Builder Studio. The profile option for this will be Aura underscore CMP workforce compensation Redwood enabled. This profile option will contain all the set of tasks that have been enabled with the Redwood UI. If we want to disable all the tasks that are related to this workforce compensation, we can set the profile option to no, and then all the pages will be displayed in the prior mode. By default, it is set to yes. With this enhancement allows for an updated look of the global settings page. Our next update is Redwood experience for configuring grid step progressions. Oracle has created a dedicated page for grid step progression settings using Redwood principles and components to help create cohesiveness throughout the application. The page is available by clicking the grid step progression settings quick action, which appears based on the value of a profile option that is enabled by default. The profile option is same that we have been used for other workforce compensation tasks. It will be Aura, CMP, workforce compensation, Redwood enabled. Once we click this profile option to know, it will by default change all the tasks that are related to this profile option to the old version of the page. By using this new page, users can take advantage of the cohesive Redwood experience expanding throughout the application. Our next update is concerning the Redwood UI 2, Redwood experience for configure compensation history. Users can let people use the configure compensation history page recreated with Redwood toolkit when the Redwood experience is enabled. When the profile option Aura, HCM, VBCS, PWDA enabled is clicked to know, then the pages will restore to the old format. However, we can change it to the Redwood page by clicking on Y. We can go to the setup and maintenance. We can search manage administrator profile value task, and after the selecting the correct profile option, we can set a value for this. The business unit benefit for this update is continue users journey into Oracle Redwood solutions. The next set of updates are from benefit modules. Additional unrestricted processing rule to process enrollment once a week. Benefit admins can now use the new unrestricted processing rule called once a week. They can use this rule to process the enrollment only once a week, even if the employee visits the enrollment flow and make changes multiple times throughout the week. In most cases, you don't have to make the changes daily, so evaluating the unrestricted event once a week will allow you to accommodate changes to person eligibility, and so on with much less processing. The evaluation period for this rule is 7 days starting as of effective date and counting backwards. An error message appears if you try to run another live event when this rule is in effect. The rule can be evaluated in both self-service benefit and benefit service sister that can use these processes. Evaluate unrestricted event participation. Evaluate scheduled event participation. To enable this feature, you need to click on Benefit Administration, followed by Plan Configuration, and under Task Panel drawer, you can select Self-Service Configuration. After doing this, you need to set unrestricted processing enablement to once a week, and after saving it, the changes will be visible. This enhancement reduces the number of unrestricted events that are backed out by the employees. It also reduces the amount of processing required in the unrestricted model. Our next update is Enrollment Authorization as of live event occurred date. Participants read and accept the enrollment authorization text before they get to the enrollment page. As a benefit administrator, you may now update this text based on the business requirement. With this enhancement, the benefit admin can display the enrollment authorization text for programs and plans not in programs as of live event date or effective date. This text appears in the self-service pages and in Benefit Service Center based on users' self-service configurations. This enhancement is useful when users make major changes to plans periodically and need to call out those changes in enrollment authorization text. It helps the participants to always see the latest authorization text during open enrollment. The next sets of updates are for Redwood experience that are concerning the benefit module. The first one is Redwood experience for benefit balances. The benefit balance page was recreated in the Redwood Telset Visual Builder Studio to improve the user experience by providing the same consistent functionality across Redwood pages. The functionality of the pages will remain the same. The profile value for these changes will be Aura, HCM, VVCS, PWA enabled. This profile option will contain a list of tasks that are linked to it, and if we want to disable the Redwood UI for them, we can set the profile option to N. This new feature lets users experience Redwood's high fidelity interactions. Next on, we have Redwood experience for benefit group. Like the benefit balance page, the benefit groups page are also recreated using the Visual Builder Studio. They help us to improve the user experience by providing the same consistent functionality across Redwood pages. Again, the functionality of the pages will remain the same. This new feature lets users experience Redwood's high fidelity interactions. Our next set of updates are opt-ins with configuration. To enable these set of updates, normally you would have to raise an Oracle SR and then Oracle would enable these features for you. In 23B, for benefit and compensation, we don't have any updates in this category. So we will move on to our next category. Our next category is reporting. This category concerns the features that are related to the reporting. Our first update from this category is manager status attribute in compensation subject areas. Oracle has introduced logic for manager status that is sensible to cycle in OTBI to match the application. Oracle has made the following changes to manager status attribute across multiple subject area and their respective folders. The subject areas are compensation, workforce compensation real time, and compensation, workforce compensation budgets real time. Under the compensation manager folder, a subfolder compensation person worksheet details, and under the compensation worksheet manager folder, a subfolder called compensation person worksheet details for worksheet manager has been added. the modified attribute as our manager status. With this feature, enhance reporting on compensation worksheet details by displaying the correct value under the manager status attribute for the compensation plan cycle. Our next update from this category is indirect association of worker job with the survey job. The assignment job of the worker is connected to market survey job indirectly when the assignment job is a child or a parent of the internal benchmark job. With this enhancement, benefit admin can report if internal job is parent, child, or neither. The survey data has direct or indirect association with the employees. Assignment and survey jobs are connected by some parent job, child job, or neither category job. The following attributes are added to the compensation market data real time for reporting. Under the folder Market Survey Data Details, the attributes that are added are derived parents or child indicator for internal job, derived parents or child indicator for internal job code, direct or indirect indicator for worker job, direct or indirect indicator for worker job code. Under the folder Market Survey Job, the attributes are intrinsic parent or child indicator for internal job and intrinsic parent or child indicator for internal job code. The business benefit for this feature will be enhanced reporting on market survey job data that are associated with the workers' assignment jobs indirectly. With this, we come to an end on our updates of 23B benefit and compensation. Thanks for being a great audience. I'd request Komal to take it forward.
Thank you, Aditya. Thank you for wonderful insights and a detailed presentation. Before we move to question and answer, with the help of a quick poll, we would like to note down your area of interest in order to organize future webinars with more value-based content. Launching the poll on your screens now. With the help of this poll, we would like to know your area of interest, whether it is managed services, innovation technologies, chatbot, RBA, VBA, and data masking tool, or cloud transformation. We would request maximum participation, please. Thank you all for participating. Closing the poll now. Let's move to let's quickly move to question and answer. Ankita, can you please check if we have any questions?
We do not have any questions for this session, Komal.
Thank you, Ankita. So what happens next? You will receive an email in next couple of days' time, wherein presentation and session recordings and transcripts would be available to you at a single click. Before you leave us, we would like to have a quick feedback on today's session. Launching the poll now. Thank you all for participating. Closing the poll now. Before you leave us, we would like to have a quick feedback on whether you have attended our previous advisory sessions or not. Last poll for this session. Thank you all for participating. Closing the poll now. Thank you all. Have a nice day.